Erev Tov, Bruchim Habayim. Welcome to our graduation of the class of 2020, our inaugural graduation. It is such a bracha having all of you here tonight. We have an exciting evening planned highlighting our amazing graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Yeshivat Heatid class of 2020. Please rise for singing of the national anthem and Atikva.
Kol od balevav pnima nefesh Yehudi homiyah ufatei mizrach kadima ayin l'Tzion Sophia. Stripes and bright stars through the perilous night. All the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air,
Please be seated. Erev Tov, Bruchim Habayim. And thank you all for coming tonight to celebrate with us this momentous occasion in the history of Yeshivat Heatid. Sam? There's echo. Sam? Feedback. Okay, let's try. The graduation of our first 8th grade class. זה היום עשה השם נגילה ונשמחה בו. I would like to start by giving thanks to Hashem for bringing us to this day. ברוך אתה השם, אלוקינו, מלך העולם, שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. Tonight we are celebrating our students, the graduating class of 2020, their growth, successes, and accomplishment. Help me out. I have the emoji. Tonight, we are celebrating our great dreamers of big dreams, the founders of our school who had the wisdom and courage to take a long, hard look at the state of Jewish day school education and saw that something clearly needed to change. This dedicated and inspired group of visionary philanthropists were become determined to take a risk and think outside of the box, to take nothing for granted, and to come up with a bigger and better idea for a 21st century Jewish day school model. Toda rabah to our founders, many of whom are here with us tonight, for having the vision and drive to create a unique and one-of-a-kind yeshiva. And toda rabah to our dedicated board of trustees for their guidance and tireless dedication in working with me to bring the school to this point. Help me out. Tonight we are celebrating our amazing teachers and staff who have each played a key role in the educational journey of the 23 incredible young men and women who make up our first graduating class. Dear teachers, it is your enthusiasm, dedication, energy, warmth, and creativity that have made the Yeshivat Heatid dream into a reality. Kol hakavod. To my leadership team, Ora, Janice, Ariela, Sarah, Noah, Rachel, and Laiku, thank you for being my partners each and every day over the past 4 years. And achronim chavivim. Tonight, we are celebrating each one of you, our 8th grade parents. You were the pioneers who put your most precious possessions, your children, in our hands, trusting in us and partnering with us. I couldn't be prouder of the result. Your children, who stand before us today, such fine young men and women who have already brought so much nachat to all of us. As they go on to the next phase of their lives, I have no doubt that they will continue to bring much pride to you, to me, to Yeshivat Heatid, and to the entire Jewish community. Mazal Tov. Now, I am honored to address the class of 2020. בוגרים יקרים, מתחילת השנה, מהרגע שהבנתי שזה ממש קורה לי, ויש לנו תלמידים בוגרים שמסיימים. כל פעם שהקשבתי לקריאת התורה בשבת, חשבתי על המסר שאני רוצה לתת לכם. פרשיות לך לך ויצא דיברו אליי במיוחד. What do we need to be successful on a journey? In Parashat Lech Lecha, Hashem reveals to Abraham the Jewish people's destinies. Lech lecha me'artzecha u'mimoladetcha u'mibet avicha. Leave everything comfortable and familiar. El haaretz asher areka. Abraham, the man of faith, follows Hashem's will, beginning with a single step, Lech lecha. Abraham sets in motion the spiritual journey of the Jewish nation. Abraham's goals were big, nothing less than the creation of Am Kadosh veGoy Kadosh. When Hashem directed him to go, Lech Lecha, Abraham did as he was told. And in Parashat Vayetze, the Torah describes a very different journey. When the parasha begins, Yaakov Avinu is starting out on a mission. Vayetze Yaakov mi Be'er Shava, vayelech Harana. Yaakov leaves his parents' house and journeys to Bet Lavan in the land of Haran. Here, Harav Kovatsky Zecher Tzadik Livracha points out the meaningful echo between the words Harana, towards Haran, and Ben Chorin, freedom. By finding the courage to leave his parents' house and to begin a journey that will take him far beyond his comfort zone, Yaakov is free to make his own choices, to create his own path. Yaakov's Vayetze led him El Haran, on a path to freedom and self-determination, but not only for himself. Yaakov was a shaliach, someone called to follow a dream and to fulfill a mission. Yaakov's journey was very hard, but Yaakov is the Av who overcomes every challenge by wisely learning to blend et HaKodesh ve'et HaChol. Slowly, slowly, step by step, Yaakov continues on his very personal journey. His relationship with HaKadosh Baruch Hu is out of the ordinary, almost beyond natural. The sun behaved differently. Sheshak'a lo chama pitom. Stones gathered themselves into one. Miyad asahan HaKadosh Baruch Hu even achat. Angels go up and down in his dream. Ve'ine malachei Elokim olim ve'yordim bo. And even Har Moriah moved from its own place to come to Yaakov. What was it about Yaakov's journey that made it so special? What made it possible for him to get past his difficulties in a successful and positive way? Yaakov has a Gilui Shechina, a divine inspiration that changed everything. Vayisa Yaakov raglav vayelech arza b'nei kedem. After his dream, Yaakov continued on his journey. Vayisa Yaakov et raglav. What does it mean his legs were carried? Why doesn't the pasuk simply say vayelech? Rashi Omer, Vayisa Yaakov raglav, משנתבשר בשורה טובה, נשא ליבו את רגליו ונעשה קל ללכת. Yaakov's heart and had been lifted up by Hashem's promise during his dream. Therefore, his heart carried his legs, and walking became easy. When Yaakov woke up, he knew what he had to do, and he decided to do it. וישכם יעקב בבוקר, ויקח את האבן אשר שם מרצותיו, וישם אותה מצבה. He had a clear vision, and vision gives power. חזון נותן כוח. הרב קוק, in his book אורות הקודש, wrote, beautiful, beautiful phrase. בן אדם, עלה למעלה עלה, rise up, כי כוח עזר לך. You have the power. You have wings of the Spirit, wings of eagles. Do not deny them, or they will deny you. Do not believe you cannot, or you will make it true. דרוש אותם וימצאו לך. Seek your wings, and you will find them. Seek your strength, and let it carry you. So, what do we need to be successful on a journey? We need the heart of Yaakov. Yaakov, who took the humble stone pillow from beneath his head and raised it into something tahor, who could transform the ordinary into the extraordinary by having both a clear vision and the confidence to pursue it. Dear parents, raising children in today's Jewish world is our dream. Balancing the Kodesh with the Chol, taking from the best of worldly knowledge and infusing it with cherished Jewish values. Raising our children to be rooted proudly in their Judaism and giving them the wings to fly with confidence wherever their journey may take them. My dear graduates, you are about to embark on the next stage of the journey of your lives. This is your moment. This is your time to find the courage and to begin your journey. Like Yaakov, you are now free to make your own choices, to create your own path, and to transform the ordinary into extraordinary. I believe in you, and I'm very proud of you. May your precious memories of Yeshivat Heatid remind you, עלה למעלה עלה, כי כוח עז לך, יש לך כנפי רוח, כנפי נשרים אבירים. אל תכחש בם, פן יכחשו לך. דרוש אותם וימצאו לך מיד. Seek your strength, find your wings, and you will fly. מזל טוב ובהצלחה לכולם. I want to take a moment and thank Rabbi Neuberger, our Rav Bet HaSefer, to join us tonight. תודה רבה, Rabbi, for joining us.
Good evening. Before I start, I'd just like to thank a few people who are helping us tonight. Dr. Chris Tully and the Bergenfield Public School System for allowing us to use their fields. Liba Bernstein for once again volunteering her time and photographing tonight. Mark Infield on the keyboard. Sam Ross, audio, happy birthday, Sam. And Judah Mantell for live streaming. It is with great pride and joy that I stand before you tonight, just a few hundred feet from where our Heatid journey began, celebrating our first graduating class. Shechiyanu v'kihimanu v'higiyanu lazman hazeh. We've come a long way since we first opened our doors at 139 South Washington Avenue on September 4th, 2012. Tonight, we are celebrating not only our 23 graduates, sorry guys, it's not all about you, but our faculty, administration, parents, and lay leaders that brought us to this amazing milestone. Look at what we have all accomplished in 8 years. Heatid would not exist today without the vision and hard work of many lay leaders, many of whom are here tonight, especially Abby Flamholtz and Gershon Distenfeld. When we began this journey together, I couldn't have imagined how quickly your vision would flourish and grow into the amazing institution we are today. Looking back over the past 8 years, I am proud to have had a hand in helping accomplish your mission of creating an affordable, high-quality yeshiva. It has truly been my pleasure to watch our graduates grow into the amazing young adults they are today along the way. Tonight is a double simcha for Abby, as she is celebrating the graduation of her son Jerry, as well as this landmark in the life of Yeshivat Heatid, which she has worked tirelessly to create and grow. From the school's inception until today, Abby has continually devoted her time, talents, and resources to our school. Even from across the globe, 5,700 miles away during her time in Israel. We would not be gathered here tonight if it was not for Abby. And for that, I would like to express a hakarat hatov to her. Abby, thank you. Gershon Distenfeld had a vision of a revolutionary day school. He was burdened by seeing families financially devastated by the obligation to provide their children with a Jewish education. While many may have been satisfied to merely talk and write about the issue, which we know Gershon has done, Gershon also took action. In typical, relentless Gershon fashion, he did not let anything get in the way of making this vision a reality. Thank you, Gershon, for persevering and for not calling it quits when others might have. Abby and Gershon, I hope you can each take a moment tonight to truly celebrate the fruits of your labor, to see in the faces of these graduates the years of Torah study that have been in your zechut, and to know that this is the first of many graduations, Be'ezrat Hashem, that you have made possible. It gives me great pleasure to invite Abby Flomholtz, followed by Gershon Distenfeld, to address the graduates. Abby?
Thank you, Ora, for that kind introduction. Too kind. Before I begin, on behalf of the 8th grade class, I want to thank Mrs. Brum for making this unusual graduation year such a success for our graduates in every way. You probably need that. And on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I want to recognize two people whose hard work ensures that this school functions day to day. As board members, we are so thrilled to be celebrating this momentous milestone, and it is thanks to their hard work and dedication that we have made it to this point. That's for you. Thank you. That's for you. Chalom chalamnu. We had a dream. Once upon a time, there were a group of parents who decided that the exorbitant cost of a Jewish education was eventually going to topple the Jewish community. This group worked tirelessly to create a vision of an educational model that would cost less and maintain, if not improve upon, the quality of the existing day school model. Through hard work and extreme dedication, the Yeshivat Heatid model was born. And I want to thank each and every lay leader, many of whom are here today, who devoted so much of their spare time to this important communal cause. I also want to thank our earliest financial backers. They recognized the problem and not only put their financial support behind us, but worked incredibly hard to open our school as well as a sister school based on the same economic and educational model. I also want to thank our incredible administration and staff. We have come so far from the early days when Ora and I rented a U-Haul ourselves to pick up donated furniture for the building. And under Rav Ronen and his incredible team and our teachers who have gone above and beyond, we have matured into a school that can hold its own against any other school in Bergen County. Finally, and most importantly, I want to say thank you to you all, the parents and children who took a risk on this new school and on a new model. Without you, we never could have opened our doors. You are such an important part of the miracle that is Yeshivat Heatid. Thank you. I am honored that Jerry is graduating with such a special class and such good friends. Last week's Parsha, Balak, reminds me so much of the early days of Yeshivat Heatid. Balak was scared of the Jewish people and therefore hired Bilam to curse them. When we first started, there were so many naysayers. They tried hard to keep us from opening. They were scared of our disruptive model. And while they did not actually curse us, well, maybe they did, I don't know. They did predict our demise. But here we are. With a tremendous amount of help from Hashem, we have proven them wrong. My message for today's graduates is that one day you will have a dream, a vision of what can be accomplished. And there will be people who tell you that it cannot be done. There will be people who try to stand in your way. But always remember to believe in yourself, to work hard, and again, with Hashem's help, you can accomplish anything. This school and our gathering here today are proof enough that the impossible is possible, that if you work hard and do your best, especially if you are working toward a communal good, Hashem will ensure your success. I wish each of you the best of luck in high school and in all of your future endeavors. Remember to always dream big.
I need a wipe. You're kidding me. You know I don't believe in this corona stuff. Does work. That's a very tough act to follow. For the third time tonight, Shechayanu v'kiyamanu v'giyanu lazman hazeh. Every graduation is special. It's an important milestone in the life of a young person, and it ought to be recognized and celebrated. But while every graduation is special, some are more special than others. And this is certainly one of them. Graduates, your graduation is super special. And I want to explain to you why. Reaching this momentous occasion of our first graduating class is a significant milestone for Yeshivat Heatid. Tonight is a very emotional evening for myself and many others in attendance. It makes me reflect back on how I was part of a small group of parents who saw a need in our community and had a vision for a new type of yeshiva day school. And we invested a lot of time, effort, money, and tefillot to ensure that it became a reality. And it wasn't always a perfect picture. As you heard, there were difficult moments along the way. There are times in any endeavor when you question whether all your hard work was even worth it. But seeing all of the graduates this evening, seeing the smiling faces, all you've accomplished, seeing the nachas that your parents and grandparents and other family members are having, seeing a school that will be'ezras Hashem open its doors in late August to almost 600 students and will graduate larger and larger classes each and every year. It was all worth it. And we are so proud of all that's been accomplished. Luckily, others have thanked people already, because if I start thanking people, I will inevitably leave people out. Rav Ronen and the wonderful and dedicated administrative staff, all of our wonderful teachers who really go above and beyond their contractual obligations for the school and for all of our children. Ora, whose dedication and attention to detail really knows no bounds. Effie and the entire board, who selflessly dedicate countless volunteer hours to the school. It really goes on and on. Therefore, I'm only going to single out one person and then speak about two groups that have made all of this possible. The parents of our proud graduates, and finally, the stars of the show, you, the graduates. First, for the person without whom Yeshivat Heatid would literally not exist. I will have to wait 2 more years to Im Yirtzeh Hashem see a child of mine graduate from this wonderful school. But she is celebrating the graduation of her son tonight, and I, of course, am referring to our previous speaker, Abby Flamholtz. It is no exaggeration to say that without her vision, her tireless work, her perseverance, none of us would be sitting here tonight. It was her idea way back in 2009 for this type of yeshiva day school. So thank you, Abby. Thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for letting me take a lot of the credit, even though in reality, it belongs to you. And thank you most of all for constantly reminding me, especially through the more challenging times, that it is Hashem that was and continues to be behind everything we do and accomplish. Second, I want to thank and recognize the parents of our graduates. I had the pleasure of addressing most of you at our initial open house in November of 2011, a mere 3,159 days ago. Those of you who know me are probably not surprised that I actually calculated that. There I shared the vision for what Yeshivat Heatid would become. But it was just a vision. We had no teachers, no classrooms, no supplies, and no students. You, the parents, took the chance on sending your children to a new school, a school that didn't exist. And we all know that's not an easy thing to do. It's not easy socially. The default attitude for most parents is, I'll just take a wait and see approach. But you were bold. You joined Abby and I and many others on this journey. And I hope you agree with me. No, I know you agree with me. As you see the product, you see the smiling faces of your children and all they've accomplished, that the choice you made was the right one. And finally, and most importantly, I want to speak to you, our first graduating class of Yeshivat Heatid. There is something special about being first. You're not supposed to play favorites with your children. But as my 96-year-old grandmother says often, may she live and be well, Ad Me'av Esrim, when she introduces me to someone new, she says, he's my number one, my oldest grandchild. There is something special about being first. You will forever be the first graduating class of Yeshivat Heatid. I know a little something about being in the first graduating class. I, too, was a member of the first graduating class of my elementary school, the Yeshiva of North Jersey, before it had the name Rosenbaum attached to it, back in 1989. So like you, every year, my classmates and I were the oldest grade. It was great. There was never a grade above us. No one made fun of us, no one bullied us, but also there was no one to look up to, no one to inspire us. And I think that that forces a youngster to take on more of a leadership role. Perhaps being part of a first graduating class partially contributed to my own ability and desire to lead change in the world, culminating with my involvement in starting this very school. And I hope that your experience as being part of that oldest grade cultivated your leadership skills and will help you make a mark in the world. Because the Jewish people and the world at large need leadership now more than ever. In this week's Parsha, we read about Pinchas, a man who taught us that it's a Jew's responsibility to not stand idly by when there is a problem that needs solving. As you learnt from all of your role models at Yeshivat Heatid, Torah is not a subject matter like history and math. It's not just a set of rules to follow. It's a way of life. It informs who you are and the life you're going to lead. As a Jew and as a citizen of the world that is getting more complex by the day. And I encourage each and every one of you, in your own way, with your own God-given talents, to use both the formal and informal teachings that have been instilled in you in Yeshivat Heatid to contribute to the Jewish people and to society at large. I will sum up with the following. You are now moving to the next stage of your educational cycle. I think you're all well aware that for the first time next year, you will not be the oldest grade in your school. But this too brings opportunity. Life is full of changing circumstances and new challenges. 6 months ago, nobody knew that our lives would be uprooted from a virus. The term social distancing was foreign to us. Nobody knows what the future will bring. But you all have the building blocks to succeed wherever life takes you next. From a first-rate Yeshivat Heatid education, to the loving support of your parents and family, and from the everlasting backing from the Jewish people, who Hashem promises will always endure. Mazel tov.
Thank you, Jordana, for that fantastic video. In planning tonight's ceremony, we knew the evening would not be complete without the chance to hear from some of our graduates. In selecting our student representatives, we were looking for students who embody and exemplify our school's core values. Torat Chaim, living a Torah lifestyle. A student who is a role model to their peers and younger students, especially in how they incorporate Torah into their everyday life. Kavod v'kehila, respect and community. A student who regularly demonstrates the following midot to all students and faculty: kindness, considerate of others, and humility. Hakol b'simcha, a joyful mindset. A hardworking student who is passionate and excited about their learning. They not only enjoyed learning, but brought joy into the classroom experience of both their teachers and peers. And Mitzionit Atzmi, committed to best self. A student who has shown perseverance and personal growth in the time we have known them, both in and out of the classroom. Each middle school student and teacher nominated one boy and one girl whom they felt best met this criteria. The two students selected share many incredible midot. They are both kind, caring, and thoughtful individuals. They are not only hard workers, but dedicated friends. They have a passion for learning and bring a contagious excitement into everything they do. Both of these students have been tremendous sources of nachat to our school and certainly to their families. It gives me great pleasure to welcome our student representatives to the stage, Jacob Lipchinsky, followed by Aderet Feldblum.
I joined Yeshivat Heatid in 4th grade, and before I even started my first year, I was invited to get together at the Flamholtzes with the boys who would be in my class. This was my first Heatid experience, and it prepared me for the school year to come. That get-together was also the place where I met a lot of the friends I have today. Over the next 4 years, I had many more amazing Heatid experiences. For example, we've done colorful guns and we've done wet guns. We had a 7th grade trip and we almost had an 8th grade trip. There was also the time I ran into a tree trying to catch a frisbee, and many more. These experiences and friendships shaped for me what it was like to be a student. These experiences and friendships shaped for me what it was like to be a student at Yeshivat Heatid. Today I stand here creating one of my final Yeshivat Heatid experiences. In this week's Parsha, Parshat Pinchas, the daughters of Slavchad have a dilemma. Slavchad died and had no sons, so his daughters went to Moshe and asked if they can inherit their father's portion of land, since they didn't want their father's legacy to be lost. Moshe passed the question on to Hashem, and Hashem declared that if a man dies with no sons, then the property goes levito, to his daughter. But that's not all. Hashem goes on, saying that if he does not have a daughter, the land goes le'achav, to his brothers. Furthermore, if he doesn't have any brothers, then it goes le'achei aviv, to his father's brothers. Finally, if his father has no brothers, then the land goes to l'sharei hakarov elav mimishpachto, to the closest relative in his family. As you can see, it is of utmost importance that the property stays within the family, so the family's legacy can live on. As we, the first graduating class, begin our journey into high school, it is important to make sure we represent Yeshivat Heatid in the best way possible. Even more important, though, is to make sure that the legacy you create for yourself is honorable and represents your true self. Thank you to all my classmates who made my time at Yeshivat Heatid remarkable. It was great getting to know you all, and I will miss the close group we have become. Even though many of us will be in different high schools, I hope that we stay close. But for now, 6 feet away. Thank you to all the teachers, Ravunen, Ora, the YHPA, and all the faculty members who made the school run seamlessly even during tough times. Thank you to the teachers who helped me out whenever I raised my hand, physically or virtually, and thank you for believing in me when I tried to challenge myself with higher level material. Thank you to my teachers and classmates for nominating me for this honor of speaking at Yeshivat Heatid's first graduation. Finally, I would like to thank my family for all they've done for me, which is a lot, so thank you. As our years in middle school come to a conclusion, I would like to wish you all the best of luck in high school and beyond.
Thank you, Jacob.
Bruchim Habaim, parents, grandparents, administrators, teachers, and fellow graduates to Yeshivat Heatid's first graduation. I would like to start off by thanking my classmates for supporting me and making every day Yeshivat Heatid an adventure, my teachers for all they have taught me, from algebra to important life lessons and values, my administrators for keeping the school in one piece and running smoothly, most of the time, and finally my family for always encouraging me and believing in me. I could not have made it here without all of you. A few weeks ago, we read Parshat Be'alotra. In this parsha, there are two strange inverted nuns separating one section from the rest of the parak. In between the two inverted nuns lies a passage that you all recognize because we say a portion of it every time we take out the Torah. Vayhi bin so Aaron, vayomer Moshe, Kuma Hashem vayfutu evecha, vaynusu misenecha mipanecha, ubenucha yamar, shuva Hashem revavot alfei Yisrael. Rashi explains that the nuns are there to symbolize that this passage is out of place. But why would there be an out-of-place passage in the middle of a parak? Rabban farther explains that this passage was meant to break up two separate sins of Bnei Yisrael. The second sin, following the out-of-place passage, was that Bnei Yisrael complained to Hashem. Yehi ha'am kimitonanim ra be'eznei Hashem. The people took to complaining bitterly before Hashem. The first sin is not so clear. The pasuk before the nuns, pasuk lamed daled, simply states that Bnei Yisrael marched from the mountain of Hashem a distance of 3 days. So what was the sin? Rambam says that instead of leaving Har Sinai and taking the lessons and morals they learned with them, they ran away from Har Sinai with joy, like students running from school at the end of the day, something we are obviously not familiar with. This sin was so severe that it may be the reason why Bnei Yisrael did not enter the land of Israel immediately. So what makes this sin so bad? Bnei Yisrael just had one of the most transformative experiences, Matan Torah, and instead of embracing it and learning from it, they ran away, afraid to take on more burden. Fellow classmates, as we graduate from Heatid, we are facing a similar challenge. We can either run from all that we learned in Heatid, or we can learn from our forefathers' mistakes and embrace all that we have learned and experienced. Over the past 8 years, we have learned important values, skills, and morals to help us with the future. Being in a grade of only 23 students, we have learned the importance of friendship and having each other's backs. We have welcomed new students and made new friends. Having been the oldest in the school for 8 years, we've become leaders and role models for the younger kids. We've read to kindergartners and been color war captains. Heatid stressed to us the importance of being independent and being our own self-advocates. And we went as far as going on strike in 5th grade, although I'm not sure I can remember why. And in 7th grade, Gabby wrote a letter convincing Rav Ronen that we needed color war. Heatid taught us those skills, encouraged us to be independent thinkers and students of action. No one could have predicted all the challenges we face today. We are facing a worldwide pandemic, systemic racism, and economic uncertainty. Now more than ever, we need to incorporate the lessons we have learned at Heatid in order to cope with and overcome these new challenges. Looking forward, we need to remember all that we learned at Heatid so we could be more than just good students. We could be kind-hearted friends, thoughtful leaders, and confident advocates. Fellow graduates, as excited as we all are to finally be done with middle school, I urge you not to run away from Heatid without looking back, but to take Heatid with you, because it will make us better students, friends, leaders, and people. Thank you.
Zach and Samantha.
So this over there is the art project that we made all together as one. Okay. Earlier this year, my class started brainstorming different ideas of a creative piece of art we could create and leave as a gift to our school. Like so many other things, what we had originally planned would not be feasible from our homes. Much to our surprise, we showed up for class on Zoom one day to learn that we would, in fact, have the chance to leave our artistic mark on Yeshivat Heatid. Together and apart, we worked on a project. We worked independently, not really aware of what our classmates were doing, but knowing that combined, we would be creating a masterpiece. Like our artwork, each of us is a unique and integral part of the whole class. There are so many ways in which we are different, but also so many ways in which we are one complete unit. If you look at my classmates, you will see the creative type, the athletic type, the quiet or the outspoken, the color war captains, and the ones staying back to study. Our class would not be complete without each of these personalities. It is all these qualities that collectively make us the class of 2020. Each of us were given the opportunity to design our own piece of this puzzle. We leave this to our school as our legacy, 23 individual pieces coming together as one piece of art, 23 students and one graduating class. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Samantha Brzezinski, and I am a proud member of the very first graduating class at Yeshivat Heatid. Earlier this year, when we began working on our yearbook, we had an important decision to make. Who should we dedicate our yearbook to? It turned out this was a very easy decision for us. Who would be more deserving of this than the amazing Ora Kornbluth? Like many of us, she has been a part of Yeshivat Heatid since day one, and in her case, she has been a part of this school since before day one. There are so many wonderful things about Ora. She has always made sure that the school runs smoothly and that we all have everything we need. Ora is a part of what makes Yeshivat Heatid so great. Ora has always made sure that everything is taken care of, from fixing the leaks in the ceiling to making sure that the classrooms are comfortable temperatures. She's the only one that can open the jam locker, and she's the one ordering ice cream trucks for all the kids to enjoy. Most importantly, she has been a role model and support for all of us. The list can go on, but we would not have enough time tonight to thank her for everything. So on behalf of my entire class, I would like to thank you for all you have done and present to you this copy of the yearbook signed by all of us and the administrative team. Ora, would you please come up to receive this yearbook?
Thank you.
Mazel tov to the class of 2020 on your graduation. This truly is an auspicious occasion as the first graduating class of Yeshivat Heatid. When thinking about ways to mark and honor this achievement, We wanted to personalize and recognize each and every single one of you. While as a group, you will always be the class of 2020, as individuals, you have talents, passions, capabilities, and interests that make you each unique. Moreover, your teachers, who have watched you develop and grow over the course of 1 year, and some who have known you far longer, wanted to acknowledge and recognize your hard work, your motivation, your characteristics, and your midot. The Rambam in Mishnah Torah states, Bishlosha ktarim nechteru Yisrael, Keter Torah, Keter Kahuna, Becheter Malchut. The people of Israel were crowned with 3 crowns, the crown of Torah, the crown of priesthood, and the crown of sovereignty. Keter Kahuna zachabo Aharon. Keter Malchut zachabo David. Keter Torah hare munach ve'omed umuchan l'chol Yisrael. While Keter Kahuna is in the merit of Aharon, and Keter David is in the merit, Keter Malchut is in the merit of David, Keter Torah is for all of Klal Yisrael. The Rambam adds, Kol mi sheyirtze yavo v'yitol. Anyone who wants it should come and take it. The Ramban explains when Bnei Yisrael were commanded to build the Aron HaKodesh, it says ve'asu in plural, as opposed to ve'asita in singular, since each and every person has the ability to access and acquire Torah. The Mishnah in Pirkei Avot states, Gedolah Torah yoter min ha'kehuna u'min ha'malchut. Shehamachlut nikneit b'shloshim ma'alot, v'ha'kehuna be'esrim ve'arba. V'ha'Torah nikneit ba'arba'im u'shmona dvarim, ve'eluhen. Greater is learning Torah than the priesthood and then royalty, for royalty is acquired by 30 stages, and the priesthood by 24, but the Torah by 48 things. The Mishnah is describing how one acquires Torah learning through 48 different midot. That means there is not one path, one set derech, one example of how a person accesses and grows in their Torah learning. What a fitting message for a school which values the individual and knows deeply how each and every child learns and excels and expresses their Torah learning and Avodat Hashem in different ways. As you each receive your diploma tonight, each of your teachers have chosen one midah from this Mishnah that best encapsulates who you are. They have thought deeply about what makes you an individual and what qualities you have honed and developed through your elementary and middle school experiences that bring you to this moment. As you close one chapter in your life and enter another, my bracha to each of you is that you continue to develop and grow in B'nai and B'not Torah, using your beautiful midot, your depth of learning, and unique personalities and perspectives to truly live a life of Torat Chaim. We are going to start with Or Avishor. Okay. I'm going to be reading this part on behalf of Miss Isan, who wrote this about Or and who is currently in Florida. Okay. Or represents the Midah and Pirkei Avot of the Talmud, which means to study. He is constantly learning and growing academically. His insights and knowledge on almost any science topic are incredible and really show his sense of dedication to studying. He is a true independent learner and thinker and enjoys researching many different topics within many subject areas. Although Or takes pride in his independent learning, he is always willing to share his knowledge with others and listens to and accepts the ideas of his peers. He is always trying to work towards the next, more challenging goal, and is always making sure to add in his artistry and creativity into all of his work. Or is also a naturally born leader. He took upon the canteen this year and was able to responsibly keep track of all the sales. I know Or will continue to be successful in high school and all of his future endeavors. On behalf of Yeshivat Heatid, we congratulate and wish much hatzlacha to Or Meir Avishar. Mazel tov.
In thinking what I wanted to highlight about Ben, it was hard to pinpoint just one midah that I most associate with you. My first thought was how you love getting other people to laugh and smile. You have made it your mission and you have done it well. When I thought a bit more, I saw this as just one part of a bigger midah, makir et makomo, one who knows his place. Ben, as one of the pioneers of the school, you have not only known your role, but you have often created it. You have known your place in this school is that of a leader. You have always been a young man of both confidence and independence. While it would have been easy to go with the flow, you had the conviction to be a trailblazer, one who created new opportunities for yourself and your fellow students. Something that many people might know and might not know about Ben is that he was our very first gabbai. You saw that there was a need, and you knew that you were the man for the job. Over time, others joined you in the special honor because they saw you do it with a smile. So many students after you felt comfortable knowing their path had been paved by someone as friendly and energetic as you. You know your place as a student as well. You not only showed up, but you showed up with purpose. If there was a change you wanted to see, you would advocate. If there was a friend in need, you would be there. Throughout the years at Yeshivat Heatid, you have always known exactly which path you needed to travel. We cannot wait to see the paths you create for yourself on the next step of this journey. Mazel tov. On behalf of Yeshivat Heatid, we congratulate and wish much hatzlacha to Benjamin Balsam.
On behalf of the Yeshivat Heatid family, I am both honored and humbled to speak about Noah Boev. When I read that Noah's goal is to be a teacher, I smiled to myself. She embodies the midot, chalomad al matnat lelamed. Noah is a young woman who learns in order to teach. I was fortunate to be one of Noah's teachers during her first year at our school. I've seen her literally grow taller and figuratively grow into the person she is tonight, here with all of us. Her sensitivity, insight, and thirst for knowledge are a treasure. Noah's gentle touch goes beyond helping her classmates and teachers. Her handiwork, from crocheting clothing for her own American Girl dolls, to providing homework help for her siblings, to her attention to artistic details on her school projects, are just a few of the ways in which Noah humbly puts a piece of herself into our world. For this, I am so grateful to her, because I was able to be a small part of her schooling, and I was able to be touched by her generosity. Noah, thank you for joining our school. Thank you for sharing your insight, your thoughts, your mishpacha, and your grace with us. On behalf of Yeshivat Heatid, we congratulate and wish much hatzlaka to Noah Boev. Well, here I stand tonight to surprise you, Ezra Borgen, by sharing a few words about you with our audience tonight. You were one of the students in my first class here at Yeshivat Heatid. Right away, on that first day, and perhaps within the first hour, I realized that here was a young boy, not yet having reached the age of bar mitzvah, who wanted to teach me, the newbie, a thing or two. And here we are, 3 years later, and I get to teach you something. Ezra and the Yeshivat Heatid family, this month completes my 35th year of teaching. Yes, I realize many of you are not even 35 years old. Well, I will continue as an educator for at least one more year. Why? It is students with determination, self-confidence, and a dash of tenacity who keep me on my toes. Ezra, I have seen you daven in the morning. I have seen you hold the hand of a veteran in a local assisted living facility. And I've seen you quickly defend a classmate. Yes, I did notice all of those and more. You, Ezra, are one of the students who demonstrates the midah of chamatchim et rabo. You are someone who has made this teacher wiser, and for that, I thank you. On behalf of Yeshivat Heatid, we congratulate and wish much hatzlaka to Ezra Borgen.
Jordana. So this is being read on behalf of Miss Isan. Jordana represents the Midah in Pirkei Avot of Besichlut Halev, which means an intelligent heart. Jordana has a loving disposition, and she's the epitome of a good friend who is always willing to lend a helping hand. She is perseverant and driven to put her best effort into everything that she does and everything she puts her mind to. When faced with a challenge, Jordana will go to great lengths to complete the task to its fullest, such as when she created and put together a wonderful color war video for her team. Her humble disposition is respected by all, and she is a true friend. Jordana is a hard worker and always completes her work with a smile. Jordana joined her class in 7th grade, but everyone immediately gravitated towards her, and she fit right in. I know Jordana will continue to be successful in high school and all of her future endeavors. On behalf of Yeshivat Heatid, we congratulate and wish much hatzlacha to Jordana Brzezinski. Mazel tov.
Ava, in your own quiet way, you have shown yourself repeatedly to be a truly understanding friend. When I think of one of the midot that describes you so well, it is Bevinat Halev, an understanding heart. Ava, you intuitively understand what your friends and peers need. You understand when to share your beautiful smile and laugh with a classmate, and when to sit there quietly supporting them. Not only are you an understanding friend, but you are also an understanding big sister, something we have all had the pleasure of watching in the halls of our school. Over the years, you have shown yourself to be a curious learner in everything you do. You are a passionate and motivated student. It is these very qualities, your passion, motivation, curiosity, and your smile that lights up a room, that have endeared you to all of us. Most notably, though, you are a student and now a graduate with an understanding heart. Ava, you have been a constant source of pride. Your understanding heart will continue to take you to great places. On behalf of Yeshivat Heatid, we congratulate and wish much hatzlacha to Ava Cohen.
Jake. Tonight, I recall being Jake Davidson's teacher. I heard kids chat about soccer at the Teaneck Armory, and I chuckled because years ago, I lived right across the street from the Armory, and I had nothing to do with soccer. I went to the Armory to watch the Harlem Globetrotters and to let my own children climb on the tanks. I share these connections because when Jake and the students grew to trust me as their teacher, and to tell me about their soccer triumphs and travails, I saw that Jake was a student who demonstrated midrachek man hakavod, staying far from honor. Jake and his family also enlightened me about college. I learned there was a college named Davidson. And when I happened to be on a road trip and we actually passed by Davidson College, I snapped the photo and later shared it with them. I read that Davidson College believes students flourish in a distinctively supportive community where peers and mentors act with integrity and practice academic rigor. Jake, you are a young man who counts as part of a minyan, who is a role model for your younger siblings, and who will be attending a new school. You are that person who can flourish, who acts with integrity, and may still choose to stay away from honor. Tonight, though, it is my honor to award you, from Rav Ronan, with this diploma. On behalf of Yeshivat Heatid, we congratulate and wish much hatzlaka to Jake Davidson.
Hello. I'm reading this on behalf of Mrs. Ariella Pimentel. Joy. How do you express joy in words? Joy is defined as a feeling of great pleasure and happiness. Aderet's view on life is optimistic and positive. Studies show that we are the happiest when we are around people that make us happy. That is something Aderet continuously gives to others. Your happiness, joy, and radiant smile are things you bring into the lives of others around you. Aderet, you are always there to lend a helping hand to your fellow classmates. You are constantly involved in joyful and intelligent banter with your peers, and you always send a smile to those you pass in the hall. You truly envelop what it means to be a joyful person. Being joyful helps us boost our well-being as well as our health. It gives us the energy and strength to do important things in this world. I have no doubts, Aderet, and neither does Mrs. Ariella Pimentel, that you will move on to bigger and amazing things as you continue on this journey. Your joyful demeanor, intelligence, and creativity are the three things that will ensure you tackle any obstacle that comes your way. I cannot wait to see what the future holds for them. On behalf of Yeshivat Heatid, we congratulate and wish much hatzlacha to Aderet Feldman.
I am reading this speech on behalf of Rabbi Schwartz. If you Google the Hebrew word anav, humble, you will surely see a picture of Jerry Flamholtz. And if his picture is not there, it certainly should be. The real definition of someone who is humble is someone who has many great qualities, but doesn't flaunt them. That would be Jerry. Jerry is smart, studious, kind, personable, mild-mannered, friendly, and a real mensch. He is the type of person who always says thank you after class. He not only participates intelligently in class, but is unafraid to converse with his teachers outside of class. His favorite sport is, not surprisingly, golf, a gentleman's sport, a non-aggressive sport. That's Jerry. Jerry, you have a great future ahead of you. Your high school teachers will be lucky to have you as a student. Your future is limitless. Go out into the world humbly and make us all proud. On behalf of Yeshivat Heatid, we congratulate and wish much hazlaka to Jerry Flamholtz.
Gabby. When thinking about Gabby, of course there are many midot and attributes that can capture Gabby, both as a student, friend, and individual. Gabby, you are confident, kind, and mature. You are creative, passionate, and willing to help others. You take your learning seriously and are a hard worker. While all of those qualities are a part of who you are, I think what stands out is the way you interact with your peers, middle schoolers, and teachers. The Mishnah in Pirkei Avot describes someone who is dikduk chaverim, translated best as the critical give and take between friends, which encapsulates one's ability to positively engage with all those around. Gabby, you are a loyal and caring friend and understand how to empathize. You can have fun and be cheerful, yet also a sensitive and kind listener. You relate to your fellow classmates, yet also have an understanding and a connection with those younger than you. When you were tasked with creating a dance for Color War virtually, you were able to include all those who joined, whether they were in 8th grade or younger, and make each member feel valued, helpful, and special, while still maintaining high standards and a level of necessary organization. In the hallways of school, you can be seen smiling with your classmates, singing with all ages during Hallel, and lending a helping hand to teachers and friends. My bracha to you is that you should continue to use your nature of dikduk chaverim to help and encourage, as well as to continue to develop meaningful relationships as you enter high school. On behalf of Yeshivat Heatid, we congratulate and wish hatzlacha to Gabriella Greenberg.
This is on behalf of Mrs. Ariella. This is for Shmuley Cannon. Making use of the whys. Shmuel is one of the most inquisitive students we have. Curiosity is an important ingredient of learning at every age. Being curious causes people to ask questions and learn from others. This is where making use of the whys comes in. Shmuel, you are constantly questioning and seeking answers and always looking at situations from different perspectives. You are always curious about what others know and reflect on what you have learned from those around you. Making use of the whys and asking questions are steps that our minds take to lead us to great discoveries. I cannot wait to see what kind of new discoveries you will come up with. There is no space where your mind can't wander and no limit to where your minds can't explore. Keep growing, learning, and seeking all of the knowledge that you can acquire. I know you will do great things with all that you will discover. On behalf of Yeshivat Heatid, we congratulate and wish much hatzlacha to Shmuel Cannon. Believe it or not, 2 years ago when I began working at Yeshivat Heatid, I remember the pit in my stomach as I stood ready to face a bunch of 12 and 13-year-olds. I had been told by many teachers that middle schoolers are the hardest students to teach. Don't tell your friends, but teachers also get scared to start at a new school. But on my first day of school, in walked Matis with a huge smile, and the first thing he did was to crack a joke. I don't remember what that joke was, but I do remember how I could let down my guard and just laugh. Matis, I would describe you as erech apayim, slow to anger. The Talmud teaches us that the life of an angry person is not a life. This means that anyone who gets angry all the time and thinks that he is in control of his emotions is actually not in control of his emotions at all, and therefore lives a horrible life. Matis, for as long as I've known you, you are not one to get angry quickly or randomly. You are, as we would say in LA, a totally chill dude. And dude, that's awesome. On behalf of Yeshivat Heatid, we congratulate and wish much hatzlacha to Matis Kraus.
I would like to share a few words about Julius, who is unable to join us this evening. I knew I liked Julius when I heard him arguing with his friends that books are always better than their movie adaptations. Not only is it a humanities teacher's dream to hear this, but it also underscores a deeper value that Julius always exhibited, which is the midot of shmiyat ha'azon, or listening carefully. When Julius reads a book, he's able to absorb and enjoy all of the information he's reading and then think about that information on a deeper level. I think this ability is part of why Julius values books over their film adaptations, as there's so much rich detail and nuance, all of which can never be properly translated to the screen. In terms of our classroom, listening carefully always made Julius a better student and peer, which enriched his work and collaboration along with classroom discussions and activities. In his work and when he participated, I was always impressed by Julius's insights and how they connected to concepts he'd learned or comments that others previously made. Julius proves that listening carefully is not a passive act. Listening is the first step in being an active and meaningful participant in all facets of life. On behalf of Yeshivat Heatid, we congratulate and wish much hatzlacha to Julius Kurtz.
Jacob. So I'm going to be reading this on behalf of Rabbi Schwartz, but I want to say ditto to everything I'm about to say on behalf of Rabbi Schwartz. Jacob Lipchinsky is every teacher's dream student. He is a serious student with an inquisitive mind and an unquenchable thirst for knowledge. He loves to learn and always learns lishma, just for its own sake. He continued to learn even after learning became distant. He continued to learn even after he was already accepted into high school. And he continued to learn even after his grades longer mattered. A big Yasher Koach, Jacob. But what makes you special, extra special, is the way that you treat everyone around you all of the time. You have what Rabban Yochanan ben Zakkai refers to as the greatest of all qualities, a lev tov, a good heart. That certainly defines you very well, Jacob. You have not only a good heart, but you have a great heart. You have a huge heart. You care about everyone around you, your family, your friends, your teachers, and even your school. Many 13-year-olds are excited for their bar mitzvah because of the number of gifts they receive. However, when you became a bar mitzvah, you were excited by the great gift that you gave by donating a Sefer Torah to Yeshivat Heatid in honor of your bar mitzvah. Wow. Jacob, you have numerous great qualities that will help you succeed in life, no matter what you choose to do. But the quality that will get you the farthest in life is your great heart. On behalf of Yeshivat Heatid, we congratulate and wish much hatzlacha to the one and only Jacob Lipchinsky.
This is being translated and read on behalf of Mora Raz. Dear Jacob, I was honored to both teach and get to know you this year, and I am so happy for the opportunity. I was privileged to get to know a wonderful young man who is both caring and kind. It took me a bit of time to get to know you, but as you opened up and became more comfortable participating, I saw a mature young man with so many thoughts, so much knowledge, a love of Israel and the Ivrit language. It was a pleasure each time I heard you speak Ivrit in such an advanced and impressive manner. I learned from you to be sameach bechelko, happy with what you have. You always take things with joy and in good spirit. Even if I sometimes had to wake you up, you apologized, took the feedback with love, and you were ready to move on. It was always a pleasure to watch you learn, as you had so few complaints, and it was fun for you. My wish for you is that you continue to have your positive spirit with the ability to see good and to enjoy life. My wish to you is that you always have your motivation and positive energy to go on, much like the passion you have for soccer, in which you excel. May you continue to run, to achieve your goals and conquer your dreams. I wish you much success on this journey, and I know you will go far. I cannot wait for you to visit me in the Golan Heights. With much love and appreciation, Mora Raz. On behalf of Yeshivat Heatid, we congratulate and wish much hatzlacha to Jacob Margolin.
Pretty sure that when I get called up to Shemaim, my conversation with Hashem will go something like this. Mora Ariel, yes, he will call me Mora Ariel, you were totally awesome dudette. You loved your own kids, you loved your students, and you taught Torah. But man, you said a lot of silly things, to which I will nod knowingly and agree. For anyone who knows me, I am a jokester and do in fact say a lot of silly things. And now I'm going to let you in on another secret about teachers. We learn a lot of things from our students. Isaac, you always speak properly and respectfully. Be'arichat sfatayim. One of the things I've learned from Isaac is that speaking properly and at the right time are such an important part of being a good person. When you can control what you say, when you can observe things before commenting, and when you speak with respect and kindness, people speak that way back to you and respect you. In fact, you are the one who benefits. Isaac, while this comes easily to you, it does not come easily to all of us, unfortunately. I know you will continue to grow and thrive with your amazing midot, And when you own $1 billion business because everyone loves you and wants to work with you, please remember me. On behalf of Yeshivat Heatid, we congratulate and wish much hatzlacha to Isaac Mazur.
Zach, I had the pleasure of teaching you and getting to know you over the course of the year. You are kind, considerate, and mature. You have a passion and curiosity for Torah and approach learning as well as others with your cheerful, pleasant, and confident disposition. The Mishnah describes one who approaches Torah learning and really life in general, the Yishuv, with clear and calm thinking. Zach, you exhibit this quality in the way you learn, interact with your peers, make decisions, and carry out your daily activities. Zach, you are a leader both in the classroom as well as out, and you do so with Yishuv. Your decisions, suggestions, and passions are thought out. Your learning is deep, meaningful, and broad. Your peers respect you, look up to you, and take value in your words. My bracha to you is that you continue to use the quality of Yishuv along with your confidence, simcha, and easygoing manner to continue to develop and grow into a Ben Torah. On behalf of Yeshivat Heatid, we congratulate you and wish you much hatzlacha to Zach Mizrahi.
David, where is it? Where's David? Oh, right, he walked up. Hey, David, one of the ways of acquiring Torah listed in the Mishnah Pirkei Avot is simcha, happiness. Now, just like Eskimos have many words for snow, in Judaism we have many words for happiness. Simcha, sason, gila, rina. What is it about simcha, specifically, that was chosen as a way to acquire Torah? The answer is that simcha refers to a general type of happiness that you experience when you're part of something bigger. Something like sason, joy, you experience at a moment of extreme happiness, something happens. Simcha means I'm in the right place and I feel like I'm content with life. David, that is one word that I think of when I think of you. Nobody has a better smile than David Pachtinger. No one smiles as much as David Pachtinger. And that's because I think you have a real sense of calmness and happiness of who you are in your life. You don't complain. You don't care as much as your own happiness as you do at getting other people to smile. And it shows. This is what we understand why simcha is the word chosen by the Mishnah. The Torah is not just a book which tells us what to do now, but is a way of life that connects us and all of the Jewish people together. Through the Torah, we realize we are part of something greater. David, one thing that always impresses me was the way that you daven. When I found out how close you are with your family and how you love to daven with your father, it all makes sense. Both tefillah and family connect individuals to something greater, and this is surely where you get your sense of simcha. May Hashem grant you what you need to continue living a life of simcha, and may you keep bringing joy and happiness to others. On behalf of Yeshivat Heatid, we congratulate and wish much hatzlacha to David Pachtinger.
Samantha. As a general rule, a good character trait is one used in proper balance with its opposite. For example, the traits of kindness and strictness are neither good nor bad. Being kind to others is important, yet there are certainly instances when a degree of strictness is necessary. The goal, according to the Rambam, is to achieve the golden path, the midpoint of two extremes. Self-respect is the midpoint between narcissism and self-deprecation. Contentedness is the midpoint between greed and laziness. Happiness is the midpoint between frivolity and melancholy. I've had the distinct pleasure of working with Samantha for these past few years. During this time, I've seen Samantha embody the midah of sho'el u'mishiv, which means asking and answering. Samantha has found that perfect balance between asking questions to extend her learning and answering questions to demonstrate her understanding. She has found the midpoint between contributing her ideas freely and posing questions to learn from others. This delicate balance will continue to propel Samantha to great success. On behalf of Yeshivat Heatid, we congratulate and wish much hatzlacha to Samantha Przansky. Acquiring knowledge is not about repeating what one has learned, but rather going further than what one has been taught. The French medieval scholar Rabbi Shlomo Yitzchaki, also known as Rashi, taught that a learner must listen to her teachers and understand the implication of the teacher's words so that the learner will be able to expand on what has been taught. A wonderful example of this type of learner is Lizzie. Lizzie is a conscientious student who embodies the midah of shomea u'mosif, which means to absorb knowledge and to add to it. Lizzie is an accomplished student that has achieved great success in school. She listens attentively to students and teachers and takes time to absorb new information. Lizzie is also a seeker of knowledge and continues to build on her learning and understanding. It has been an absolute pleasure of mine working with Lizzie this past year and seeing her flourish. On behalf of Yeshivat Heatid, we congratulate and wish much hatzlacha to Lizzie Ryan.
The following is being read on behalf of Maura Raz. Dear Abby, I had the privilege of teaching and getting to know you this year, and I am thrilled that I had this opportunity. I had the privilege to get to know an amazing young woman with an incredible heart. The first thing I noticed about you was your big smile and your eyes, which are always glistening with laughter. Even when you would make a mistake, you knew to smile and continue on. In the beginning, it took some time for us to get to know each other, but with time I came to know a smart young lady with incredible abilities. Once you decide to do something, you learn and create wonderful things. What stands out about you is the way you are ovet et habriot, loving other people. You are a truly loving friend. In class, you were always an eager partner willing to both collaborate and listen. I think this is a very important life skill. My wish for you is that you always stay a caring friend, always stay attentive to the needs of those around you, and always have true friends who care about you and you care for them. My wish for you is to always be aware of who and what you are surrounded by. Pay attention to the moments, even the difficult ones, and use your caring heart in those times. I know that you will do good and continue to spread your caring light into the world. I wish you luck wherever you go, and I cannot wait to see you in the Golan Heights when you visit Israel. With much love and admiration, Maura Raz. On behalf of Yeshivat Heatid, congratulations and wish you much hazlaka to Abby Rubin.
Oh, Matthew. Come on, bud. Come on, bud. Matthew, have you ever seen or heard of the show Mythbusters? Okay, you, my friend, are a walking, talking version of the show Mythbusters. For example, one of the episodes, the question they were trying to answer was, can you keep a gunshot from igniting a gas-filled room by shooting it through a carton of milk? I personally can imagine you walking into my classroom and saying, Rav Dar, right? You can't keep a gunshot from igniting a gas-filled room by shooting it through a carton of milk because Ezra says that you can. As always, I would smile and say, Matthew, I have no idea. But however, I would always be impressed, and I am always impressed, about how important finding out the truth is to a topic, no matter how random. As your teacher the past few years, I personally benefited from your thirst for the truth. You have pushed me to think about questions I had not considered until you asked them, and you have forced me to think critically about the ideas that I have presented in class. Your classmates have benefited the same way. How many of them would even think of half of the questions that you do, let alone have their own answers? Your curiosity and willingness to offer an opinion, even though it might turn out wrong, are the gold standards to which all of your classmates aspire. Matthew, one of the ways to acquire Torah mentioned in Pirkei Avot is Dikduk Chaverim, demanding precision and truth from your friends. You have demanded this directly by asking questions and challenging assumptions, and indirectly through your clear and obvious desire for knowledge and truth. May the values of truth and integrity continue to motivate you, and may others continue to learn from your example. On behalf of Yeshivat Heatid, we congratulate and wish much hatzlacha to Matthew Cornelius Rubin. Mazel tov.
When we moved to online learning, one of the things I missed most were the random, unexpected conversations I'd sometimes have with students. I'd be standing outside for recess duty or in the lunchroom for carpool duty, and when I least expected it, a student would come up and engage me in conversation. Joseph was one of those students who would sometimes engage me in such conversation when I least expected it. The thoughtfulness and curiosity behind his conversation always impressed me. Whether it was related to the novel we were reading in class, one of the many novels he was reading on his own, a piece of writing we were working on, a historical topic, or a current event we were studying, Joseph always demonstrated Veha mikaven et shmuato, or thinking over his lessons, and could connect that to whatever he was mulling over in any given moment. Joseph is not only curious, but he has a really innovative mind when it comes to entertainment, storytelling, and the future of technology. As Joseph moves forward, I can't wait to see how he applies his learning and innovative mind to make connections with others and create a better and brighter future for the world around us. On behalf of Yeshivat Heatid, we congratulate and wish much hazlaka to Joseph Sidransky.
Shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol Yisrael v'imaru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav v'yaseh shalom shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol Yisrael v'imaru amen. Oseh shalom shalom bimromav v'yaseh shalom shalom
Mazel Tov, Jordana, on your graduation. We love you.
Mazel Tov, we love you.
Congratulations or Mazal Tov to the whole Yeshivat Heatid first graduating class. We're so excited.
Mazel Tov, we love you.
Wow, Jacob, I can't believe you made it to this at this point. Mazel Tov, it's amazing. We are so happy that you're graduating, and
we're so proud of you, and we wish you the best of luck. So awesome. So Mazel Tov, we love you very much, and continued success. Love you.
Amen.
Mazel Tov, Jacob!
We're so proud of you. Congratulations on your graduation.
We're so proud of the way you joined in with the Heatid family and you gave a Sefer Torah on everything you've accomplished. Mazel Tov!
Mazel Tov, we love you.
Love you so much.
Dear Noli, I'm so excited and so proud on your graduation from Yeshivat Heatid. I wish you much luck and success and stay the way you are.
Mazel Tov, Samantha, and graduating 8th grade.
We could just remember when you started at Yeshivat Heatid in 1st grade, just like it was yesterday.
We love
you.
Adaret and the graduating class of 2020, we are so proud of you, and we're so proud of being part of the Yeshivat Heatid family. Mazel Tov.
Mazel Tov, Ben, on your graduation. We are so proud of you on this milestone and can't wait to see many more years of nachat from you.
Mazal Tov, Zach, we are so proud of you, and we are so happy for everything that you have accomplished so far in life.
And you're going to be going out to high school, and we're so proud of you for that, and we're sure you're going to miss Yeshivat Heatid and your teachers and friends and being there with your siblings. Mazal Tov.
Mazal Tov.
Hey, David, we're so proud of you, Mazel Tov. You made it. We know it wasn't easy, but you did a great job. And Mir Hashem, you'll continue to do a great job in high school and college and everything you do in life. We're so proud of you. Mazel Tov.
And we love you so much.
Mazel Tov, Matthew and Abby. We are so proud of you both.
We feel very lucky to have been part of the Heatid family and seen how much you and the school have grown, and want to wish you and all your classmates much success next year in high school. Mazel Tov.
Hi, Jake. It's Mommy and Daddy. We wanted to tell you how proud we are of you for all that you've accomplished, all that you're going to accomplish. We know that you will succeed in everything you try, and we can't be any prouder.
We love you.
Mazel Tov, Ava, and the entire graduating class of Yeshivat Heatid. We're so proud of you, and we can't believe how far you've come since the inaugural class 8 years ago. Good luck in high school, everybody. We know you'll do fantastic. Mazel Tov again.
Mazel Tov, Ezra, and the graduating class of 2020, the first graduating class of Yeshivat Heatid. Ezra, you're one of the originals. You started in 1st grade, and here you are graduating. It's so exciting for us.
It's amazing how you have grown, and it's amazing how Yeshivat Heatid has grown. We'd like to wish Kol HaKavod to you, Ezra, and to all the amazing faculty, administration, and teachers at Yeshivat Heatid. May we go, Mechayel El Choyel.
Mazel Tov, Julius, on your 8th grade graduation from Heatid.
We're so happy that you're a part of their first graduating class. We love you very much, and we're so proud of you. We know you'll do great next year in high school and beyond.
Hi, Joseph. Congratulations on your graduation. We are all so proud of you. For those of you who may not believe it, there was a time when Joseph was really small. And here's a picture of him when he was just 4 days old. We're so proud of how far you've come, all your accomplishments, what a wonderful young man you are, and I can't wait to be part of the next chapter in your life.
Gabby, we're so proud of you. For the past 8 years, we basically have had to do absolutely nothing. And that's just a testament to how incredible you are and how hard you've worked and how much time and effort you've put into everything. And we're super, super proud of you.
We love you so much, and we're just so proud of the amazing 14-year-old you've become. So we love you, and we can't wait to see what the next chapter holds for you.
Hi, Isaac. Leah and I here wishing you from the whole family a Mazal Tov on your 8th grade graduation. We are so excited for you, and we can't wait to see what this next chapter in your life brings. Always aim high, work hard, and care deeply about what you believe in. Your life is your story, and the adventure ahead of you is the journey to fulfill your own purpose and potential. We love you! We love you!
Mazel Tov, Jerry, and the entire Yeshivat Heatid graduating class of 2020. I honestly, when you started first grade, I never thought this day would come, and I'm very excited for all of you.
Mazel Tov to everyone, and especially Jerry. When you missed your first elementary school graduation, we always figured you'd have another one, and now that one might be in doubt, but hopefully this one you'll make it too, and we're excited to be there with you. And I remember when we got out the calendar and said there was 46 days left of school, and that was very exciting, but who knew that you're going to spend most of those days with us. But we're happy to have you for those 46 days. Love you, Jerry. Bye.
Dear Shmuley, Mazel Tov, we're so proud of you. Congratulations on finishing 8th grade.
Congratulations, we are so proud of you.
Hi, Matas. Mazel Tov. We're very proud of you. Congratulations on your graduation.
I was so happy for you. You did such a great job. Thank you.
Hi, Lizzie. Congratulations with finishing middle school. We love you so much. I'm so proud of you. You put your hard work. I will support you in any of your beginnings. Love you. Bye.
Graduates, please stand. And flip your tassels. And ladies and gentlemen, I present you the class of 2020. The chairs that the graduate were sitting on, it's for you to take home.